love me, and I don't like that. I got to feel loved. I have issues.
Brian, they love you. Believe you me, they love you.
Yes. Nungo likes my brain.
Brian, they love you.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so hold on. I just want to read all these comments because they're brilliant. Okay, so we've got Brian saying, I like a massage. So that's Brian's welcome word for today. That's very interesting.
Massage.
Okay.
My safe word is massage.
Massage, okay? Nungo, amped to hear all that Brian has to say. And Nungo, you've heard him before. He's an absolute champ. Shani's currently in Florida. Michelle Spears in South Africa. Nungo, we love you, Brian, you see. Rieta, the cottage spa retreat. And she is in Namibia, Swakopmund, to be more specific, very excited. Michelle's word is also excited. Anna-Marie Mostert, South Africa, very amped. Shani is excited to hear Brian speak again. Jenny, optimistic, stunning. Dominique, Bona Bona in Northwest Province, feeling positive and great. Anna from the Spa Consultants in Joburg. Anna, what's the word? Your word. Loving the accent. Okay, that's good. DNA says they're positive. Zenju Day Spa, welcome from Belito. What is your word, Zenju team? Lucia says super excited. Nice. Oh la la. Okay, I'm loving this. Nice, nice. Okay, so Brian wants to feel the love. Anna feels refreshed. Really? That's good. I thought you were going to say frazzled, but I'm happy to hear you refreshed. She's saying frazzled too. Okie dokes. All righty. Okay, so everybody who, if you can, show Brian the love and show your face. He wants to see you all.
Oh, yes. We love it. Okay. Are we ready to get started?
We are ready to get started. So everybody, I am going to hand you over to our champion speaker. And he's got something very interesting that he's going to do with us today. So he needs a lot of interaction. And he lacks a lot of love, as he told you already.
Yeah.
So, Brian, you tell everybody a little bit more about yourself. I mean, they've seen it in the bio. That's why they've registered and they're here and they're attending the session.
Sure. Okay, cool. Thanks. Well, I'm obviously, you can tell from my accent, I'm from America, and it's great to chat with everyone again. I was there a lot of June, actually. I got to see Marisa. I was there for about 3 weeks. Took probably about a dozen massages while I was there. I always like trying out different places and experiencing that. So from the Silo down in Cape Town, where we stayed for a few days, to Royal Malawan, did massages there. I think my wife and I did several there. Earth Sabi Sabi did massages there, and so just kind of did all around. And anytime I have an opportunity to be rubbed, I'm there. But here in America, I do seminars, and as well as our company is called the Constance Group. We're a global company that teaches sales and service using behavioral science, why people do what they do. It's kind of a very interesting perspective, because we teach ideas that are different than the traditional concepts. And that's really important if you want to set yourself apart from other folks. And one last thing, my talks are all on ramping up your sales as well as customer service. So today's not so much a motivational talk. It's certainly not going to be something that is where I'm pushing slides. I wanted today to be very interactive, and hopefully people can unmute themselves when we want to ask a couple questions. If not, we can maybe look over at the you used our gowns at the Silo.
Her gowns.
Is that the stuff you put on, like the robes? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Under the face.
My wife used them. I just walk around naked, so I don't know. But I will tell you that gowns to me are always one of those things that that seem really good in theory and feel sophisticated, but I never use them. I don't know why. Okay, so that's my background. But what I want to talk to you today is about how are you going to build referrals with your business. You're either a spa owner, spa manager, you're getting into practice, but at the end of the day, what you're really looking to do is how do we scale and how do we get repeat? And that's what I want to chat with you about. So the question, and I want you to think about this because I'm going to ask you, and I need your opinion on this. The secrets of getting a referral is really not that difficult. And let me tell you something else. It has very little to do with your services, very little. So I want you to consider and think about what is customer service? What does that look like to you? And if you want to, even on Facebook, put in the chat, or if you want to unmute and tell me, or I'm going to look here real quick, because this is going to set up the direction that we're going to go today. If you put in the chat, what is important to you as it relates to customer service? Like, just think about you're calling somewhere, you're walking in somewhere. What are those things? Experience. So Jenny, what does experience mean to you?
You can unmute, Jenny. Chat.
I'd be
They
curious.
unmute.
Yeah.
Hi, Brad.
Hi.
So I would say that the feeling that someone has when they are coming into my spa. So it's not necessarily about the service. It's from the time they walk in, how are they feeling? And how are they feeling when they leave? So the complete experience of coming into my business
So
and how they treated.
okay, so hang with me real quick. And I want everyone, if I say something that resonates, I really want to encourage everybody to jot it down, because it may seem like a good idea that you won't forget, and you'll forget. 85% of stuff is gone unless you write it down. Here's the thing. We were taught by, did everyone in here have a mother or a grandmother in their life at some point, right? And we all were told the same thing, no matter where you grew up in the world. And you guys can help me finish the statement. Treat others the way
You would like to be treated.
Oh, Jenny, we have like the same grandma. Talk to others the way what?
You would like
You want to be treated.
Exactly. And guess what? Grandma was wrong. That's not how you're going to build your business. What matters is you treat people the way they need to be treated. You treat people, you talk to people the way they need to be talked to. And you have to meet people where they are, because if you're speaking French and they're speaking Spanish, that's an issue. And what's the bigger problem is your bias, your beliefs that what you think is true is true. What you think is a good experience could be totally different. My wife is mostly plant-based. If you asked us in a room, let's go for a quality meal, she's going to say vegan. I'm going to say normal food. Right? So it's all relative and subjective to your own bias of what you believe. So when you say to me, experience is everything, I agree with you. But the problem is how you're determining what that experience is could be juxtaposed to what their beliefs are. Okay. And it's interesting. Lucia said smell. It's interesting because obviously all of our senses play into that. I could play a specific song that could take you back to your first kiss. It'll trigger that. I can play a specific song that will take you back to this incredible location somewhere on the planet. I could even take you back to a song that will remind you of your first ex-husband. Okay, like that's the power of these senses: smells, sounds, an experience when you come in. So Michelle says delivery of an unforgettable experience and creating a lasting memory. So how are ways that you can do that? Well, I'll give you an example. We did a trip in South Africa with a group of CEOs. There was four couples. We came over, and one of the things that we did, and working with the safari guys there in Johannesburg, we got pictures of this husband and his wife and their kids. And when they checked into the first property, which was, I think it was called, it's a Relais Chateau there, after Apple Place in Sandton. And as we were there in the rooms, we had little framed photos next to the bed of the kids with a note from the husband, who had no idea, right? That said, I know we're away from the kids, but I want you to know that they're going to always be with us. And they went bananas over that because it was personalized to them. Now, I get, by the way, just as a disclaimer, if you don't know that it is their significant other, do not do that. Okay, because that could backfire in some respects. Not that that would ever happen, but just throwing it out there. But we have to define what is great service. What does it mean? What does it look like? In America, I'll give you two fast food examples. Just like in your country, KFC, Burger King, all these places, you don't expect much. You at best, you're going to get a transaction. But there's a place called Chick-fil-A. And if you've ever been to America, and if you haven't, you got to check it out. It's fast food. This is fast food chicken place like a KFC, but there's a line around the building all day. And guess what? They're friendly, they're helpful, they're willing, everything with teenagers that work there for the most part. My pleasure, certainly. I would be happy to. Hey, this doesn't really, I don't like, not a problem, sir. Let us take care of it. And it's that standard, and that's the word, that standard of service that they provide creates loyalty because they're consistent. Your biggest challenge, the biggest risk that you have to your spa is inconsistent service. Having an amazing experience the one day, having an incredible conversation on the phone, and then when they get there, it's totally different. Or this trip, it was awesome. Next trip, it was horrible. I would much rather have and expect crappy service like you're going to go homeland, what do you call it, home affairs? I'm not expecting, my standard is so low. And the thing is, and this is the good news, especially in South Africa, you can go nowhere with up as it relates to service delivery, because I can tell you it's a competition for the tallest short person. There's not a lot of places that have this customer experience dialed in. We all talk about it, we all want it, but you know, and I know it's not there on a consistent level. There's another restaurant here called In-N-Out Burger, and it's only on the West Coast. In fact, it's even a great book you should look at. It's called In-N-Out Burger, The Story or something. It's this family, they never franchised. It's only on the West Coast. And just like Chick-fil-A, there's a line around the building, and they specialize of not being all things to all people. Hamburgers, fries, you call them chips, and milkshakes. That's it. And the managers are required to work the grill right in the middle. Imagine that. And there's always a line. So you're not in and you're out. You're in, you wait 10 minutes, then you're out. And I'll never forget, a couple of trips ago, I was waiting in line in Las Vegas, and I finally get up to the front, and I asked the kid behind the counter, I said, why is everyone here so nice? He takes the mic and he moves it to the side and he goes, sir, we hire friendly people. And I thought, what an absolute incredible clarity that we forget. And that is, friendly is free. Friendly is free. And the biggest problem I have is when I hear people make excuses. Oh, well, you don't understand. It's so hard to get, people to show up to work. I'm sorry, but South Africa's different. The talent is so scarce. There's a difference between skill and talent. Talent is this innate willingness to serve, to help. Unfortunately, talent is not something that you can teach. Skill, imagine if I ask you to shave with the opposite hand the next time. So if you're right-handed, shave with your left hand. That's probably not going to be the greatest opportunity that first day, because you're going to cut yourself. And if you continue to do it over a series of weeks and months, obviously you're going to get more proficient. It may not be as comfortable as normal, but you're going to get better at it. I can teach someone the skill of that job. The most underpaid opportunity that you have is your receptionist. I'm going to tell you right now that receptionist needs to be one of the top paid people in your business. I promise you, they are the key to your vault. And I can tell you, even here in the States, I struggle with that because they're the ones that are going to frustrate someone quicker to go somewhere else. And you know, it's true. So I want to ask this question, and because we're going to get into something here that's I put my money where my mouth is. Okay. I want to ask you guys, what are some of the challenges that you guys, and I'm looking here at the things, what are some of the challenges that a spa, we won't even say your spa, your salon, but what are some that you hear friends asking for a friend here, that challenges they have as it relates to customer service or customer experience? If you could just drop that in the chat box or unmute. I like the interactional piece because it kind of helps us here, but
Don't be shy, everybody. Unmute and chat.
I don't understand. Like, you're here because you want to be able to obviously learn stuff. And I promise you, I'm not going to make anyone feel stupid. I just genuinely need to know. Lack of effort. Wonderful. You can't
disorganized.
Okay. So, all right. So a couple things. Number one, you are correct, Michelle. You can't teach personality, right? You either have EQ or you don't. And I promise you, I don't even care if I could take the lowest educated person in all of South Africa, and if they have a smile and a warmth about them, I can teach them an actual job. Probably. It's not about education. Lack of effort. That's a huge one. That's a huge one, because it's not about perfection. It's about potential. And are they working their potential? And Jenny, what did you say again? One more time?
I said disorganized.
Disorganized in what way?
Well, just that there's no controls in place, so that there's just no management, let's say. There's no, so do you get where I'm going?
No, but I'm close. When you say, are you saying to me that sometimes what happens is that there's no protocols in place, so it's sort of like every call is different?
That's it.
Okay. Does anybody else have that as a challenge that they see? So my question is, why? Why wouldn't you create a protocol for when you are seeing that there's an opportunity gap? And lethargic, disinterested people, Miranda, are you saying customers, or are you saying employees?
Employees. It's so scary in South Africa. We've got such high unemployment, and yet you walk into stores and people really can't be bothered to get off the chair just to come and say hi. I just understand.
Yeah, I'm going to call bullshit on that, and here's why. Because we have the same thing here. Guess what their excuse is here?
Yeah.
Well, unless you pay somebody $25 an hour, they're not going to want to do anything. I've literally, Michelle, tell him no making out while we're on live. But the thing is that over here, it's the same thing. I walk into a shop and they don't even bother to stand up.
Yeah.
Or to greet me, or to say hello.
But $25 an hour is not enough, but $0 is the other option. So
but that's my point. You can find an excuse or a reason why. My question back to you is what can we do to make them interested? Why would you hire? I went to a restaurant not too long ago, and it was the absolute worst service I've ever experienced globally. Horrible. She brought my food and just like dropped it, basically. And when I asked for the check, I said, "Can I ask you a question?" She's like, "What?" This is a server that makes their money off of tips. Right. Okay. And I said, I genuinely want to know the answer to this question. When you interviewed for this job, did you have the same attitude during this interview as you do right now? Now, she didn't like that conversation, but it's interesting. So this would be almost a deeper one, Miranda. I would say, well, when they interviewed, did they seem disinterested? Or did that come up after?
Yeah. Is it the environment that makes them feel like that rather than the person themselves? Circumstances make them like that.
Yeah, and most of the time it comes up afterwards because in an interview situation, am I right, Miranda? They're all excited and all like,
So great. That's called honeymoon. Anybody been in a relationship longer than a month? That's the honeymoon phase. That's the tender profile. That's what you're interviewing, the tender profile. And you're marrying the slob that snores next to you. And so what we have to look at is say, okay, if I'm interviewing and I'm why are you even interviewing people and hiring them based off what you believe is right? What I would recommend that you do, not that this is a hire, we could do a whole other talk on hiring, is interview off scenarios. I don't want them to know our policies. I want to give them scenarios, role play with them and see how they think on their feet. And you go back to, well, if I can just get them to show up, that's good enough for me. Well, great. Then your business must be crushing it. And if it is, wonderful. Keep doing what you're doing. If it's not where you want to be, you need to look where the gaps are. Is your gap lack of referrals? And my question to you would be, what are the results of your last 3 months interviews, postmortems of people that have gone there? So why are they not giving you referrals? Number 2, what's your repeat rate? And number 3, what's your conversion of phone calls to actual appointments? Because my wife was actually setting up something for a caller. By the way, a cut and a collar is like $200 and some here. And she's calling up saying, hey, I wanted to see when there's we don't have anything till September 28th. Anything else? And that's the interaction. And to me, I look at that as, geez, this is an opportunity to either cross-sell, upsell. You know, I know you want Dominique to do that. Unfortunately, it looks as if her calendar, but she works with someone else who is also extremely, you know, is at the same level as her. And I would love to make the introduction because we want to get you in sooner. Or better yet, you know, unfortunately, she doesn't have anything open until the 28th of September. You know, like how desperate are you in terms of before then? We can make a plan. Like that you're collaborating with them as opposed to doing it. But I can't blame if you don't like what you have. And I know this isn't popular to say, but if you don't like the output of what you see in terms of your service, the customer referral rate, the retention, you have to look in the mirror because you allow it to happen or you teach it. And it's that simple. And I'm going to secret shop here in a minute. We're going to call on speakerphone and we're going to see. And if somebody wants to be brave, you know, and say, call mine, although now I'm not doing that because you'll call them up. So like answer the phone like you've never answered before. But I'll call a couple places and I'm going to show you the power of this. And let me tell you something. What is a business? Basically, a business is a system to support value to your customers, value to your, I was going to say your patients, but really your spa customers, but it only exists for one reason and one reason only, to supply something of massive added value. This is called the value chain. And the only thing that you get paid for your business are results. Results. The outcome of meeting and exceeding not your expectation of service, but the customer's needs, the customer's desires. And it is very possible that they're different. It is very possible that you can have a variety of different needs. It is possible that some people will never be happy. It's very possible that when people call in, they're going to be jerks because we don't know their life. And how we react and respond to those is the key. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. So you have to create a value chain. And let me ask you this, and only be honest here, and you can put it in the chat to make it easy. Have you ever not gone back to a restaurant, a shop, somewhere because of one experience you had one day with one person? You swore them off. I'll never go back there because of.
Yes, me.
But is it possible that the owner doesn't think that, the rest of the team doesn't think that it's just that one person? Like that waitress I had. That's very plausible. So if you think about how many breakdowns in the value chain does it take to destroy a customer that's even been there for a long time, many years? And the answer is one. Lowering your standards, distractions, someone going beyond their skill level, asking someone to do something that's beyond. Someone mentioned earlier in the chat, everybody should answer every question, for a customer. And the answer to that is maybe. I think cross-training is incredibly important, but I think arrogance comes across sometimes with that. The key is really simple. There's 5 pillars to a relationship: rapport, likability, credibility, respect, and trust. And the problem is, and Harvard Business Review did a 6-year study, and they found that most people make their mind up in 150 milliseconds, whether they like someone or not. The blink of an eye is 300 milliseconds. So less than a half a blink of an eye, somebody, when they pick up the phone, that first interaction is going to immediately tell them, do I like this person or do I not? So what makes you unique? Tell me, either unmute or put it in there. What makes you unique with your services that you're providing? I would love to know.
They will just take a little bit of time to type. Or
Okay.
Yeah, but Jenny, go ahead.
We're super friendly and professional staff.
Okay, you're super friendly. What makes you super friendly?
So the girls, and it's something that I constantly chat to them about, is about being approachable, introducing themselves. Hi, I'm Zadwa. I'm going to be your therapist today. And so for me, a big part of it is the communication, because often that's a big, so friendly, but being professional.
Okay.
So that's, yeah.
Okay, great. Lucia put my smile. I will tell you this. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think that friendly, like as a small best practice, when someone walks in the door, we should be standing and greeting them. And we should never say, write this down, never say, can I help you? It should always be, welcome to the blank spa. They'll tell you what they need. When you're wanting to upsell something and they go, I am just want to book a 60-minute massage, blah, 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 blah. Say, can I ask you a question, Jenny? Are you afraid of facials by any chance?
No, why?
Well, we just happen to have one of the best estheticians in South Africa that's going to be here during that same time. And I would love for you to experience a micro 30-minute facial while you're here.
Awesome. I'm totally for upselling.
So again, that's a whole other class on the upselling piece, but I do believe that there are those opportunities to do that as well. But when I was saying unique, and this is where I need participation, what do you do with your business that makes you stand out and unique? And if you're not chatting, I'm going to assume that you don't have anything that you believe that differentiates you.
Well, we do a lot of social media marketing, and we try and have constant contact with our clients on their phones or on their laptops. So
okay, so what does that look like? What are you doing when you say constant contact?
So we are either doing WhatsApp messages, we are doing specials. So I'm trying to drive traffic through my business, through my locals, which where I'm based in KZN. So I get mostly a lot of holiday business. So it's seasonal. So what makes me different is that, and I've heard people saying to me, oh, Jenny, you're always advertising. You're always marketing your business. So I'm going on what other people have told me, that we're constantly trying to create awareness.
Right. So the thing is that I agree, and I'm going to give you an example that for me personally, but I can tell you that, and you could always give away bunny chow specials or whatever too. Get a bunny chow and a manicure. If you are using your outreach to promote specials, to promote services, to promote products, you have just commoditized your entire business. Maybe that's not a good thing. Maybe it is a bad thing. Maybe it's a wonderful thing. But how do you add value to them in their lives? How do you create a personal experience for people? Well, how about things like birthday calls, You know,
Am I-
you have someone that's for the regulars. Hey, I was thinking about, how about on your social media? Did you know that? And you have a 15 or 20 second, thing on that. Did you know that one facial a month can reduce, 10 years of aging? Whatever it is.
Am
And
I
people-
allowed, am I allowed to say a few ideas or not?
You can, but let me show
Okay.
Jenny one thing. So
Okay.
about a month ago, my social medias and on TikTok, we have close to 1 million followers. On YouTube, maybe 140,000, on about 19,000 on Instagram. And I always was sporadic with doing it. And we went to an actual plan. And I can tell you this is, where we do a meme one day and a little message. And I've gone from long messages to 20-second messages, 25-second messages, something of value to people. We posted this one this morning about an hour and a half ago on just Instagram alone, and we have 15,000 views on it, and you can see 42 shares and likes on that one 20-second video from an hour and a half ago. And my point is, and you can follow, it's this Brian Parsley speaker is on there. And also you'll notice that on all my social media, that's my mobile number and my WhatsApp number. I put that on there. Why do I put that on there? Aren't you afraid that you're going to get a lot of calls? I hope so. Because one booking on this is worth, at the short end, $15,000 for me. And on the big end, our consulting practice, 7 figures. Because you want to take any customer you get. It's not a 200 Rand service. It's not a 1,500 Rand massage. It's a 1,500 Rand massage times 10 times a year times 10 years. That's the value of your customer. And the power of referrals even extrapolates that even more. And what you believe is so unique about you is probably not that unique, or at least you want to believe that our service is so incredible, it's unique, maybe, but your products and services are not that special. So now all of a sudden, you're going to have to go down to commoditizing and doing specials to get people, when how many times have the coupon customers become the biggest pain in the butt customers you've had? The discount customers are discount customers. And someone that's willing to pay extra for whatever reason seem to be a lot easier and don't ask about money. So why are they regulars? What were the results of your last survey to your customers that are repeat customers? Don't come without data. You got to come with data. You show me, I'll work with any one of you. You give me a call, I'll help you. But I'm telling you right now, you need to identify what makes your customers regulars. Why do they leave? A lot of people run away from the problems or the complaints. I would be calling up I've always said to my dentist, if I were you, because in America, you go twice a year to get your teeth cleaned. I don't know about over there, but unless you're from West Virginia over here, then you never go. But what we do, I said, if I was a dentist, I'd call every day. Give me the list of all my patients that have birthdays. And you're going to get voicemails 99% of the time. Hey, this is Dr. Brian. I just wanted to let you know, happy birthday, and eat lots of sugar. I'll see you at your next appointment. That's unique. It's memorable. Your dentist is telling you to eat sugar, and they're going to tell their friends, check out this voicemail I got from my dentist. He's really cool. And maybe you leave a unique message. Today it's Self-Care Wednesday. And we really want you to come in, and we want to, provide you with XYZ, whatever it is. But I want you to think about your social presence. Don't just post stuff for the sake of posting stuff. Have something that impacts them, that stirs their heart. That think about, I would say the majority of your customers are probably female. Am I right? So what is it do they really want? They want to feel beautiful. They want to feel loved. They want to feel understood. Many men and women, no matter what they look like on the outside, have deep insecurity around these issues. So if I know that from a psychological perspective, how am I meeting that need when I talk to them on the phone? How am I making them feel important, appreciated, valued? That's the how, right? And it begins with the social presence, because I don't care how beautiful someone looks on the outside. If they don't feel beautiful on the inside, it doesn't matter. Customer loyalty programs are great for driving transactions. And I will say, I will go to Chick-fil-A because I got the app and I get points, and yeah, I'm that guy. I love staying at Marriott's for that reason. But at the end of the day, if I'm going for something special and personal, I'd rather pay a little bit more and know I'm going to get incredible, what I expect service than the other. So let me share with you an example of something here. Let's see here. I'm going to share my desktop real quick with you. Okay. And here we go. Share. Here it is. So Marissa, can you tell me that you can see my desktop here? Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, ladies, I could do this all day long, but like, I'm going to give you an example of reviews. This is the one and only. And I just pulled up the 1-star reviews, and I do this everywhere I go. And I don't pull up the 1-star reviews because I want to see how somebody's not happy. You know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for, how does leadership respond? Hey, during our stay at the one and only, my wallet was stolen from my room. Been there, done that. After reporting the incident, they checked who had entered the room and told me they would take care of the problem. After contacting the general manager, by the way, if you know Richard, you can tell him he's famous now. Nothing happened but flimsy excuses for 2 weeks. Now, here's what's really interesting. Look at his response. It's most disappointing to read your review, but you did not mention that you only reported the alleged loss of your wallet 3 days after checking out the resort. Blaming the customer. Here's another one. Basically going in, I don't care what they write, right? Nowhere in our agreement does say we'd have to forfeit money for early checkout. Thank you for providing us with zero communicating. Oh no, hold on. There was another, this one. This was not a great view in our room. You got the view of the parking lot, blah, blah, blah. And it saddens me that you don't appreciate our harbor setting. Obviously subjective, right? I'm telling you, look at this one here. Somebody said, I got a poor room view and I paid 4,000 whatever extra. And he goes, despite your aggressive and verbally insulting approach, next time, why don't you, if you want to hire, I suggest that you book it yourself. Is that any way to respond to customers? I mean, obviously, no. But the only thing worse than responding to a customer by insulting them is by ignoring it completely. Your social proof online, and let's face it, we all do it before we go somewhere new. We look to see what other people are saying. So what plan do you have in place to respond to those things? And I'm going to give you an example of how you can do this right now. And this ties directly to getting more referrals. When you have a problem, and it's not a if, it's a when, a lot of people go into respond and recover. You write that down, respond and recover. Respond. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here's what we'll do. We'll give you a free treatment, or we'll give you this. And if you do that to me, when I'm genuinely trying to share something that there's a disconnect, it frustrates me because now I'm thinking you think I just want something for free, and that's not the case. The missing component to turning a frustrated customer into a loyal customer is very easy. React. You react, then you respond and recover. And by react, you have to go bananas when I say react. What do I mean? There's 2 options that you can react to any problem. My massage wasn't that great. It was light and I asked for deep tissue. You have 2 options. Option 1, well, not that big of a deal option. Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Cebu's been with us for 10 years. We've never had this complaint before. I mean, we can next time maybe address it a little differently. If you take that approach, not a big deal approach, they're going to take the opposite. It is a big deal. And they may not say it, but they ain't coming back. If you always react with the overreaction, are you joking me? Very South African thing to say. You're joking me. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Or they say, I'll never come back here again the way I was treated. I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. Like, I would never want to go to a place like that. When you react that way, they're always going to take another approach. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So I go, I would feel the exact same way if I were you. It's like, could you do me a favor? I know you're not going to come back, but can you unpack that with me so I can be a better person? Because I love my job. I know my teammates typically just are passionate about serving others, and we failed you in a big way. By the end of that conversation, that individual is going to be on your side because you've taken their side. Instead of my meal came out, oh, sorry about that. We've been really busy today. I'll get you a dessert on the house. Say, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. This is not our standards. This is so embarrassing. I can definitely see why you would never want to come back. Well, it's not that big of a deal. So you got to make that option. How do you react and respond? Then recover. And online, the best thing you can do is be humble. And here's what's worse. If I see multiple challenges, I pulled up one. I don't want to say the name of the spa because they might be on here. And it says, I did my booking. I had to cancel. I was told I would only get 25% of my package back. It was fine. But now I'm waiting 4 months for my refund. This, by the way, is a hotel in Johannesburg. And after numerous calls and WhatsApp messages, I've talked to thousands of people. It seems like I've been sent to pillar to post. They just ignore me. And then right underneath that, someone else confirmed booking, made payments, was told the curtains aren't back from the dry cleaners. And now I'm supposed to surprise my girlfriend and I have nothing. It's ruined. It's been 2 weeks. I haven't been refunded. Really disappointed. Have you looked? What are they saying about you online? Or is it just your friends? If you're not getting reviews actively, if you're not asking for reviews, what I would be doing is creating a QR code, and at checkout, they need to be clicking that QR code and filling out a survey right there on the spot. Have an iPad there ready for them as they check out. Here, take 10 seconds and write a quick review. That's what I'd be doing. Or if you'll share a review, if you're willing to give me a quick review, I'm willing to take 5% off your bill right now. If you want to drive Google reviews, because if you think Google reviews aren't picking up your algorithm, guarantee you have 400 5 stars. Tell me you're not going to come up first when I search, Cape Town luxury spa. Is this helpful, by the way, these ideas? I mean, I really believe that you're working on your business for sure. But what we really need to do is focus on strategy, not hope. Hope is not a strategy. If we can begin to focus on how can we get those referrals, that's the key, right? What I'd like to do, and let me call one right now. It's gonna cost me money, but I'm gonna do it. Okay. Let's see here. Star +27 73 704 6101. All right, let's call this one. Let's see what happens. Can you all hear it? Marisa?
I can't hear anything for now.
You don't hear a ring?
No.
Okay.
I'll let you know if I can hear when they start talking.
You don't hear it ringing?
No.
That's weird because I hear it ringing. They're not even.
Have you got
Hello?
it on your?
Hello? Hello? So they didn't even ring, no voicemail, and it just hangs up. It rang like 10 times and hung up. That's interesting, isn't it?
Oh, my head.
How do you think they're doing? Let's grab another one here. Let's try this one. And I'm not trying to get, here we go. Here's a beauty spa. Let's do this one. I'd call Cape Town, but they close at 2. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. 2, 3, 8. Okay, here's another one. Let's see how they did.
Okay. Can't hear it ringing. Hey, Brian.
It's not ringing on my side either.
Okay.
I'm going to try Cape Town next.
Watch Cape Town answer. Why is it not ringing?
You'll hear it. It's ringing. It's ringing.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for him to pick up again. Why would, and these are not like some Asian spa place. I mean, these are legit spas that I'm Googling. You know what that is? That's money going right out the window right now. Literally. So let's do since we were there earlier, let's go to the Cape Town one and only spa. Let's see what they do. 2721-431-5810. Let's see what this experience is. But is that shocking? It says they're open. It's ringing.
Okay.
Hi, I'm sorry, is this the spa?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hi. Do you guys were visiting and wanted to see, do you have to be a guest at the property?
Say again.
Do you have to be a guest at the property?
No, you don't have to wear but yes, as well for treatment classes.
Okay, and do you do anything that's unique or special there, services wise?
We have quite a lot of different treatments we offer. And we do so we have a variety that we offer. We have signature treatments as well. And if you want to have a look at our menu or it is on oneandonlyresults.com.
Okay. So for me, so I just go online and look and see what you have?
Yes, and if you want to make a booking or you have any inquiries, then you can just give us a call again.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So where's the missed opportunity for the customer? By the way, one and only hotel, how much money would I have spent there versus being able to say, first off, I can tell from your accent, you must be visiting from America. Yes, wonderful. You've called the right place. We are the best spa in Cape Town. Now, when you say something unique, what is it that you're really looking for? Engagement, not we offer, if you missed it, by the way, she wasn't rude. So it goes to show you that it's, yes, being friendly and willing is important, but you can't look at these as transactions. Like she was basically like, well, yeah, we offer all kinds of services and you can go on our website and look at what they are. And if you have questions, you can come back. And I guarantee you, every one of you, if I took a poll, is going to sit here and go, oh, that's horrendous. And yet, if we call your shop, you might get the same. And you don't even know it, which is worse. Nungo, that phone number, are you wanting me to call that number?
Yes, please.
Is that yours?
Negative, used to be.
Okay, all right. So you didn't give them a heads up?
Sir. No, sir.
Okay, 132. Wait a minute, this is Marissa's number. 1308. All right, let's call it.
Welcome to the Alberton Manor Boutique Hotel. Please press 1 for hotel reservations, 2 for spa, 3 for cafe spa.
Thank you for calling Alberton Manor Boutique. How may I help you?
Hi, I was curious, do you have to be a guest to get a service?
Sorry?
Do I have to be a hotel guest to get a service?
No. You don't have to be. You can make a booking then.
Oh, okay, so cool. And do you guys specialize in anything like particular that you're really known for?
Sorry?
Do you guys specialize in something that you're known for?
Okay, can I please send you the star prices so that you can decide what type of treatment would you like to have?
So you just, instead of sharing that, you want to send me a brochure to select?
Yes, is that okay?
Okay, I'll call back. Thank you.
Okay.
What did you think? Nungo?
Shocker. Shocker, shocker, shocker.
Do you specialize in anything? Why don't I just send you the menu and you can select something you like? I can go down the list. And again, I don't, by the way, that young lady may be the nicest person on the planet. So it's not about just necessarily being nice. It's about what is our plan? So somebody said earlier that we're unprepared. I promise you, what are the things that people are calling on? We have to have hooks to get them on the phone. And even the way we answer the phone, like sitting there going, thank you for calling Harris Teeter Spa. Can I help you? Or good day. It's like, okay, cool. Let's have the generic opening, as opposed to maybe it's a great day at Harris Teeter Spa. You know, it's like, hi, I'm calling about a booking. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for calling. If it's a repeat customer and you know it's Jenny McCallum calling, then I'm going to go, Jenny, we've been expecting you. Where you been? I want to make them feel special. But if I don't know them, this is your opportunity cost, like these phone calls. I am laying up the easiest sell on the planet. I picked up the phone and called you, and you don't want to take my money. You want to make it easy for you. Let me send you the link. Just as opposed to, that's an interesting question. What are you looking for? So here's another best practice for you. And Marissa, we could do a training on this. We call it the 3D strategy. And the 3Ds are determining criteria, defining what it means to them, and diagnosing how we're going to help them. If a doctor prescribes medicine before they diagnose the challenge, that is malpractice. So we have to understand what is the reason or the dominant buying motive for that individual. So specifically, when I talk about this, I'm calling right now, determining the criteria. Hey, I'm looking to get some services there. And do you guys do something that's special? Or do you guys do Thai massage? Do you guys do wraps? That's determining the criteria. Then you got to teach them to say, absolutely. Could you share with me what you're looking for specifically from a Thai massage? Or I'm looking for a place to give me a great massage. Well, how would you define a great massage? You know, do you guys use all natural products? We do. And how do you, because there's varying degrees of natural, how would you define natural? Is it vegan? Or is it, no, I don't know what they are, glutides or whatever they're called. Then the diagnosis is, in this case, it's easy. It's like, are you celebrating something special? Is this self-care? What are you looking to? And then we say, well, actually, I've been traveling. I'm from out of the country and I'm just looking for a way to get rid of jet lag. It's like, oh my goodness, you have called the right place. We are going to take special care of you. Unless you have a waiting list for your products and services more than 30 days, we're missing the mark. Don't blame the economy. Don't blame the labor pool. Don't blame the winter months. Don't blame we're trying to do specials, because all you do with specials is lower your profits. People will pay full price for value. The question is, what is value to them? And that's where you have to come in to identify what that is. Does that make sense? So obviously the Spa Professionals Guild is a great place because you're going to get more and more of these ideas and best practices around how to manage and run a business, which it doesn't matter if it's spa or if it's, drug dealing. I don't know. It's all the same, right? You got to have that drug dealer approach. Addict them, right? So you can attract them, but you got to addict them. Then you retain them. And instead of the drugs, your drug is feeling good. You're not selling massages. You're not selling facials. You're not selling manicures. You're selling the feeling it gives them at the end when they walk out. From hello to exit, it has to be seen. That's the value chain. We just proved right here on 3 calls, missed opportunities to build customer. And that's before they walk into your shop. Imagine what's going to happen when they get in your shop. Rebooking right there on the spot. I would do that survey, figure it out. If you do the survey while you're here, I'll give you 5%. I'd rather put 5% of my profit in that and boost my Google profile than anything else. That's way better than a coupon. And you don't have to give up as much. So I really think that there's a lot of opportunities to grow your business if you just look at how the experience is impacting your clientele. And it starts with hello and it ends with a fond farewell. Every time. That's your standard. Do not negotiate that standard. And if someone is not willing to do it, instead of saying you don't understand with the high unemployment and the low education and low skill set, do it yourself. I will not jeopardize food on my table because of someone else's standard or mediocrity. But if you're getting it consistently, you're teaching it or allowing it. And I know that's not popular to say, but unfortunately it's the truth. And I've seen it around everywhere. I mean, it's every business. You're not unique, but I've also seen small businesses that crush it because they've dialed in that one experience of understanding each individual transaction must be personalized to that individual. Are there any other questions before we head out this time? And by the way, if you'd like to follow me on to get these kind of tips and things, just Brian Parsley Speaker. It's pretty simple and it's on Instagram or LinkedIn. You can link in with me. And if you ever have a challenge, obviously you can reach out, to me. Happy to serve. And also we're going to give some more insights with Spa Professionals Guild to pass along to their members. So if you're not a member, I'd highly recommend that as well. But Marissa, thank you so much for attending. Are you at like the Four Seasons? That looks very lovely where you are.
No, I'm in Stav's boardroom.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Does anybody have any questions? I mean, we've got Brian on the line. Okay, so Jenny's saying, thanks, Brian. Awesome tips. Miranda, super interesting. And so happy you did call us.
Call us. Who did I call?
South Africa, I'm assuming, or some spas here.
I didn't know if
Sorry, I meant you didn't call us. I meant you didn't call us.
Oh, I was like, oh, that's awkward.
Yeah,
that's very funny, Miranda.
But you need to
next time we'll be prepared.
But you need to secret shop yourself. You need to call and ask stupid questions and see how they respond. Then you'll get your real culture.
Agreed. Yeah. Totally agree.
Okay.
Dominique, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed the session today.
Yeah.
Okay, so sure, Brian, it's quite scary for me this actually, because we've got a whole chapter in our Spa Professionals Guild modules that deals with client retention, that deals with SOPs, standard operating procedures, which are the systems that need to be put in place. So yeah, we've got work to do. And for those of you who are not currently working through this with us, I think what Brian has just done is testament to the fact that we need to up our game. We really do. And we're there to help you do it. Okay, that's what we're there for.
Yeah. That way you're not saying, ek is jammer van.
Jou probleme te hoor. I know.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian, thanks for your time. We know that it's very precious.
It's a pleasure.
And we really appreciate it. And can I take you up on the offer to do that 3D training at some point? We'll set a date.
Yeah, we can, of course. And the one thing you can learn from Marisa is she's not afraid to ask. And if you say no, she'll ask again.
She doesn't stop nagging. Yeah.
She doesn't. And that must be, my wife has rubbed off on you because she's like that too.
It might be the other way around, hey? I might have rubbed off on her.
Yeah, no, exactly. But thank you guys. I appreciate everything. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next training.
Divine. Okay, everybody, have the best afternoon or day wherever you're from. Can we please have, I don't know, a word to say how you're feeling now after the session? Let's hear it. Okay, Nungo is shocked. Miranda's motivated. Jenny feels great. I must say my word is like, sure, I don't know how to say I'm feeling, like shocked and inspired. Let's put it that way, because my mind is racing with ideas at the moment. So I think our next session, I'm going to put like a bit of a training course together and a script for reception in response to what we've just heard. Nungo says, I agree. Jenny says, great idea. Yvette goes, wow. Dominique inspired. Samka, lovely to have you on, my angel. I know you had technical issues, but you can also catch the recording. I'll send you the link. Okay, so everybody, if you are not currently working through our program, please join us. We've got hundreds, when I say hundreds of tools available to you, and we've just revamped the whole course. There's another entire module that has been added, an HR module. So there is a lot of content. So please make sure that you join us. There's no price to put to what we bring to you as an organization and as a community. Okay. Nice to see you, Samka. Hello, darling. And Lorato, nice to see you. Hello. Lovely to see you. Nice to see you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, everybody, have the most beautiful evening or the best day wherever you are in the world. Lots of love to you all. Hey, chat soon. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.